This is regarding the deal that I was talking to you about last week. So the terms have changed. So strangely enough, the lady that we were looking to buy the hotel from, she basically did not want to carry the note for the 1.6 million. So we're just going to buy it outright. And so I was just wanting to get your thoughts on that from the mortgage standpoint, because we're probably going to go SBA on it. The long and short is, so she accepted our offer for 2.5 million, and we basically have to put $100,000 down the next 10 days and then close within 60 business days or 90 calendar days. And that clock started yesterday. So I was just wanting to kind of get, just kind of how you do your thing, the examples, and the best way to kind of go about doing that, if you're okay with that. That was my question on how to best position that and pay it off as soon as possible.
All right, all right, all right. Listen, folks, Daryl, could I ask a couple of questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. So how much of your money is going to be in the deal? How much cash is going to be in the deal?
So we'll be putting down 25%.
Okay. And are you looking to get that out right away anytime soon, or are you just going to leave it?
We haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I mean, I get it out to be, I guess that'd be a good thing.
All right. So if we're talking about an SBA loan, so the interest rate is, are we looking at around 5%?
Correct.
And it is 20-year, 25-year amortization.
25 years.
25-year. Okay. Let's put some numbers on the screen, everyone. And we're going to take a look at that. So the note is going to be for, what was that, 1.5?
No, that the property is 2.5. We're putting 25% down. So it would be like 2.1. All right. Is basically would be financed. We're going to take out an additional 300,000 to upgrade some of the units.
Okay. So we got 2.1, 5%, and we have 300 months, right? Okay. All right. So what we're looking at on that, we've got the 2.1 million on the screen, and we've got 5%, 300 months. That's a payment of $12,276.39. That's what I'm coming up with. Does that sound about right, Daryl?
I haven't even crunched the numbers yet. She was going to carry the note at first, but she actually stated that she did not want to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She didn't think we had enough experience. And I'm like, okay.
Ouch. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what's going on.
I'm like, really? Yeah, man.
Okay.
Strawberry, California, man. What can I say?
All right. So here's what we've got. 2.1, and payment is $12,276.39. The total interest paid on this loan. Okay, here we go, folks. $1,582,917. That's what the bank wants on this loan. So if we ask the question at 5%, let's ask this question. Is $1,582,000, is that 5% of 2.1 million? No, it's 75.377% of that number. 75%. So even when we're talking about real estate investing, okay, now the real estate investor is looking at the profitability of the property. Are we buying it right? I trust that you've crunched these numbers and you're buying it at the right price, and you're looking at the market. Is selling it in the future part of the strategy, or turn this into income producing property and hold it long term?
Yeah, we're looking at a 3 to 5 year exit, upgrading the units. We brought in a turnaround manager for the restaurant and bar. We also already identified our buyer who's local to the area that was trying to buy it cash, and we just beat them to the punch. So we already have our exit, and we already have our game plan, and it's already cash flowing. I mean, they did $1 million last year. We think, anyway, long and short, yes, we have, sir.
Okay. All right. So it's already cash flowing. Oh, and the next time you guys need some money on that, give me a call. All right, Daryl.
We haven't finalized anything yet, so we can definitely have that conversation.
Let's have it. Let's have that conversation. Okay, folks, here's what we're looking at. So it's already cash flowing. All right. It's making money and they have an exit strategy that they're going to be able to sell this building at a profit. But in the meantime, what can we do short term? What can we do if we're going to hold it long term? Okay. Let's see what would happen if we just make the minimum payment for the next, would you say 3.5 years, Daryl?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
3 to 5 years is
Oh,
what we.
3 to 5 years. Okay, 3 to 5 years. Okay, so in the first year, okay, even though the building is cash flowing, in the first year, we pay this mortgage down by $43,300. Okay, $43,300. The amount of interest we pay is $104,016.65. The reason why most investors don't look at that is because the building is already making money. All right. So, what we're trying to do here in the P.I.L.L method is introduce a new idea, not just cash flowing, but how can we borrow the money at a discount? All right. So we've got the great rate SBA loan. It's 5%. But can we do better than that? Is there something else we can do to save money? Because in 2 years, we'll pay it down by $88,000 and it'll cost $205,000 in interest. So let's skip on down to 5 years. 5 years, we'll have paid this building down by another $239,000. That's going to figure into the sell price when they sell the building at a profit. But guess what, folks? In 5 years, the amount of interest paid is going to be $496,767.43. So, Daryl, let me ask you a question. In 5 years, now that we're pointing this out, the amount of interest, $496,000, is that something you think we might want to do something about?
If we can, absolutely.
Okay. So, one of the things that we can do, folks, all right, is look at, and most real estate investors, and I'm not a long time real estate investor, so I have to ask a lot of questions. So, is there a plan to put aside some of the income from this building in a reserve fund for repairs and that sort of thing? How old is the building?
So it was initially built back in 1938. There's been revisions, and so to be quite frank, Uncle Don, I have a team, right? So I'm not the one that's usually doing the number crunching and putting that stuff together. Like, so that's actually usually a person by the name of Teddy Payton. I really most so focus on just raising the money, and then I pass it off to her. So she would have to answer those questions to you if it's pertinent to the to the. Yeah.
Well, we'll just.
She's amazing, Don.
Really? Okay. So let's just talk in general then. Okay. So in general, an interest bill in 5 years of $496,000 is significant in general. Would you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And to pay that, just to pay the mortgage down by $239,000, generally, in looking at the exit strategy, are these two numbers, the amount of principal paid down and the interest paid on the loan, are these numbers that generally enter the conversation in figuring out profitability?
No, I'm just looking at, is this cash flowing, and anything that come out of our pocket, what we're able to take at the end of the year. It's pretty rudimentary. Like, I'm just seeing cash flows, what the debt service is. There's numbers that I'll look at. Then I don't really go beyond that,
Right.
So.
Okay. And so let's ask this. If there are, in general, is it a good idea to have some funds set aside for repairs on an older building?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're going to have reserves set aside. Those exact numbers, I just don't know what those exact numbers.
Well, we don't need the exact numbers.
Okay.
No.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.